factory. We have raw materials feed coming in this end over here, and all the raw materials come back up in here. We actually subcontract out stampings and castings. We don't have a foundry. We don't have stamping machines. So we'll typically have, no kidding, 10 or 12 suppliers just to make an exhaust system. So one company will make the bulkheads that go in the end. Another one will roll the can, another one will make the tip, another company will polish the tip, another company will laser etch the tip. So it takes 3 companies just to make the tip. Somebody else will make the hanger, another company will make the pipe, another company will make the flange, another company will make the perforated tube that goes inside, that leaks through to absorb the noise. As they're seeing perforated tube laying around. There we go. Another company makes this. Another company makes a tube that's not perforated. Another company makes the packing that goes inside. Dow Corning, by the way. So it makes synthetic wool. So it's not fiberglass, it's like a synthetic wool, so it takes a higher temperature. It's made by Dow Corning. But anyway, so you'll get 10 or 12 suppliers for an exhaust system, and then we design the exhaust, we design the internals of it for flow and horsepower and noise and all the things that we want. We make a fixture then. You see all the fixtures are all over the place. We have hundreds of them. And then they get a final assembly goes all inside the building here. So we don't go buy a Bora muffler or a Super Sprint muffler. We design it and we assemble it. We subcontract out the specialized operations because we can't vertically integrate to that level from a business standpoint. Sure. What this does, though, this gives us control of the power output and the noise, okay, and the fitment of it. Okay, and those are the critical things for us. We find a lot of the aftermarket exhausts are very loud. A lot of them actually don't even flow very well because they may compromise and reduce costs. A lot of them are really loud because they leave parts out, like resonators and packing and things like that. So we want control of the process to build a muffler. We want to control what the thing's going to sound like. We want to control how it's going to fit and how it's going to perform. And this gives us that control. So everything at Dinan is made that way. And the car companies work this way too, by the way. Loft makes the glass, AT makes the brake, ZF makes the gearbox, Bosch makes the ABS. So what they do is they design a car. They go to suppliers. They say, we'd like this piece from you. That company sends it, and then they do the final assembly. Okay? But they do the design work, and they do the final assembly. They have control of the process and how the product is going to come out. Right? So that's what we want. We want control of how the product is going to come out. That's why we do it this way. If we buy things from the people, we're stuck with their engineering. If we don't like their spring or their shock valving, or the noise of their muffler, or how it fits, we're stuck with it. We can't change it. If we do make a mistake, and we're all human, we make mistakes, we also gives us the ability to make a running change in the middle of a production line. Right? We can throw these bits away, replace one part of this if it's a problem, put it in the queue, and the next runs come out with a fix on it. If you buy parts from someone else, you have to come up and say, you know, I don't like that. Would you change it for me? Well, everybody else hasn't complained. Well, I've been through this before, okay? So,
one style, one way.
Right, for everybody.
Yeah.
Right. Years and years and years ago, 15 years ago, Borla called me up one time, stopped by in business, and said, we want to make your mufflers for you. We buy stainless steel by the train load. We have a train track, and they do, by the way, when it comes by, they give a bolt of stainless steel because it looks like a paper towel roll, and they have their own punching machine, and we can beat your price, and we can do it just the way you want it, and we can make it for less money. I said, oh great, I don't really want to be in the welding manufacturing business anyway, as long as it has the content in it. So I took one of our mufflers, we designed this exact one for an E36 M3, because that's about what period it was, late 90s, I guess, and I took it down to them, and you know what they did? They left half the parts out of the inside of it to make it cheaper. And they sent it back to me, and I put it in the car, and blew my brains out. It was loud. Okay, I cut it open, and I said, well, that's not what I sent you. Well, yeah, but the way you manufacture it's really expensive. I said, yeah, but you told me you could make it cheaper by your manufacturing techniques and your cheap labor and the fact that you get steel in bulk volume. You didn't tell me you were going to make it cheaper by leaving parts out of it. Well, I can't beat that price the way you designed that thing.
Scales of economy, yeah, they could. They just didn't make enough profit.
Well, yeah, that's what it really was, right? So that relationship never went anywhere. They never made a single muffler, right? But that's typically how you save money. You have to realize when you build something like this, the majority of the cost is the material. Okay? When we build a muffler, okay, and typically most mufflers cost about $1,000. It's about an hour and a half labor, and our cost in labor is $43 an hour. It's our cost for electricity, the technician, the welder, everything, the welding equipment. Okay, so it costs us $65 to put a muffler together, and it costs us $400 with stainless steel. Okay, so the simplest way to make a muffler cheaper or an X-pipe cheaper is to leave parts out of it. For every pound of stainless steel that you save, your price goes down. If you take half the stainless out, it's half as much money to build. Everybody buys stainless from the same steel suppliers. Nobody has the corner in the market of how to get stainless cheaper. So the only real way to make the muffler cheaper is to take metal out of it.